In the last chapter, we talked about directed donation, which is when one person donates a kidney directly to someone else. Here's the thing about directed donation though. For it to work, the donor and the recipient must be compatible, which means that the kidney that the donor donates will not reject when it's transplanted into the recipient's body. When a donor and recipient's blood type, tissue type, or antibody levels don't match, we say they are incompatible. There are a lot of people who are healthy and want to be living donors, but who don't match. To learn a little more, let's talk to Rory and Alfonso. They know each other from church. Rory and Alfonso were getting evaluated for directed donation, but just found out that they weren't compatible, which means Alfonso's body would reject Rory's kidney.
I'm definitely feeling disappointed about this because I really wanted to help Alfonso.
I totally get that. Well, let's talk about something that could work for you two. Kidney pair donation, or KPD for short. KPD is a kind of living donor kidney transplant where the kidney donor and recipient don't need to be compatible.
How can a kidney donor and recipient not be a match and the transplant still work?
Great question. To help explain that, I need to tell you a story about 4 patients: Robert, Jennifer, Laura, and Jasmine. About a year ago, Jennifer asked Robert if he might be interested in donating a kidney to her. Robert thought it over and agreed. But their evaluation tests showed that Robert and Jennifer were incompatible. Jasmine and Laura were also in the same situation. Laura was bummed that she couldn't help her best friend out by donating a kidney directly to her. But that's not where the story ends. Although Robert and Laura were incompatible with the patients they knew, Robert was compatible with Jasmine, and Laura was compatible with Jennifer. So they traded donors in a swap. Jennifer and Jasmine were able to receive kidney transplants, and Robert and Laura were able to donate their kidneys to help out someone in need. This is a type of kidney pair donation called a closed loop exchange, which means that just 2 patients trade donors. This basic idea of trading donors can work for larger groups too. This is called a donation chain. The average donation chain usually has 3 or 4 pairs in it, which is 6 to 8 people. But there have been as many as 70 people in one chain. I think your next step is to see if you can. That's where kidney pair donation programs come in. Through these programs, transplant professionals use a special computer system to look at medical information from a large group of people from all over the country who want to donate kidneys, and similar data from a large group of people who need kidneys. All these people make up a nationwide pool. The computer system determines the best matches so that the transplants can work for a long time and the largest number of living donor transplants to help the most patients.
That sounds amazing. We want to put our pair into the computer system and see if we can find others in our situation that match us. I have questions though about what would happen if there was a match for us, but they were in a different city.
We'll talk more later about how kidney pair donation programs work.